Listen, these 4 traps: over-analysis, spiritual greed, self-measurement addiction, fear of falling back. They're like booby traps in an ancient temple, except you built the temple yourself, and now you keep setting them off, because you can't stop poking around with the same stick that's already stabbed you 100 times. You already know how to do this. When you were 5, you didn't read a manual on how to play tag. You just ran like a maniac. Now you want to understand every single detail before you even start. Science calls this analysis paralysis. And neuroscience, they'll tell you it's your prefrontal cortex choking the flow from your limbic system, freezing action, because it's convinced survival depends on being right. But here's the truth. Life isn't a lab experiment, it's jazz. You can't dissect jazz into sheet music and still hear the damn music. Every second you spend cutting a butterfly open, you miss watching it fly. And the karmic price, you keep trading possibility for certainty until the only thing left is dust. If you stopped, future you would finally move, and momentum, it would stack like compound interest, because every action brought more opportunity than the perfect plan ever could. Spiritual greed, thinking more, higher, faster, means better. It's like eating 10 cheesecakes because one was delicious. Sure, the first slice was divine, but slice 6, you're just shoveling sugar into your misery. You already know you've done it. You've binged growth, chasing the next big high. Another retreat, another book, another teacher. It's the dopamine treadmill. Science says reward pathways adapt. The same hit feels weaker, so you up the dosage. Spirit says you're climbing a ladder that's leaning against the wrong wall. The truth, you don't get to heaven faster by running. You get there by arriving. The present moment, it's not a layover, it's the destination. If you keep chasing, you'll always feel like a spiritual junkie going through withdrawal, wondering why the next thing still leaves you hollow. If you stop, you realize the treasure chest you were hunting was buried under your own feet the whole time. Self-measurement addiction. Am I there yet? Picture this. You're baking bread, but every 30 seconds you open the oven to check it. Guess what? The bread never bakes. You keep killing your own rise because you can't stop peaking. You already know you do this when you step onto the scale twice a day, when you reread your own text message, when you check if you feel enlightened yet. Psychology says constant measurement, it turns goals into anxiety loops. Spiritual truth says you're already there before you even started walking. Stop being the kid in the back seat yelling, "Are we there yet?" and realize the damn car is the ride, and the ride is the point. Fear of falling back, living in yesterday's high. You once touched something beautiful, peace, joy, clarity, and now you're clinging to it, like a dragon guarding a pile of gold that's turning to ash. Science calls this loss aversion. Your brain feels losing something twice as painfully as gaining it feels good. Karma calls it the trap of attachment. You're gripping so hard to not lose it, you're strangling the very thing do you want to keep alive? If you keep doing this, you're like a ghost of your own past, worshipping yesterday's sunrise instead of watching today's light. If you stop, every moment becomes a fresh ticket to ride. Like the universe is handing you an infinite roll of golden passes, saying again and again and again. So what do? We break the loops. We interrupt the trance. Ask a nonsense question that pops the bubble. If I was already there, how would I know without checking? What if there was nothing to lose? Because it's all already mine. If my awakening was a flavour, would it even taste better than someone else's? This creates confusion, not as a punishment, but as an opening. The brain, when confused, becomes suggestible. That's where you slip the new code in. You're not behind. You're not ahead. You're not in competition. The field doesn't rank awakenings. It just tunes in or tunes out. How do you already do this naturally? When you laugh mid-argument and suddenly forget you are mad. That's a pattern interrupt. When you let go of a problem because you were too tired to care and the solution appeared on its own. When you stop checking your phone for a text and it shows up the moment you forget. So how do you do this in new ways? Intentionally, you ask absurd questions when you're stuck. Flip the more is better instinct into less is the door. Practice celebrating without measuring progress. The science of why this works, neuroplasticity. When you interrupt a habitual thought pattern, you weaken the neural pathway and you open space for a new one. Cognitive dissonance. If I get you to hold two conflicting ideas, your brain must reconcile them, often by upgrading your belief. Flow states. Over-measuring kills flow. Letting go allows peak performance and creativity. The karma of not doing it. You keep tightening your own noose of self-doubt. You become a hoarder of past glories instead of a creator of new ones. You turn life into a scoreboard instead of an adventure. And here's the no bullshit truth. You're either going to keep pulling the same levers in the same Skinner box, or you're going to smash the box, step into the fresh air and realise the door was never locked. Your future self is already begging you. Stop dissecting the butterfly. Let the damn thing fly. Because the moment you do, your entire life starts breathing again.